I don't expect really anybody to be around tonight. Kind of the last week before the holidays. And what are y'all's Christmas plans? Try this light. Anybody got any? Live Freedom and Ariel. You guys are two that I know I'm running behind on. Don't know if I'll see either of you in here tonight, but know that I have not forgotten about you. I will be caught up on your stuff shortly. I don't really expect to be on a long time tonight. Of course, I say that every time I go live. Last one I did, a lot of people started tuning in and digging it, so I figured ride the wave. Anyway, not a lot going on. I'm listening to the Twitter files and those live meetings and stuff, and that's been pretty interesting to me. Don't know if you guys have been listening to it, and I don't want to start discussing it, but it's been pretty interesting, I'll say that. I've been archiving footage in my free time for a while because my phone is melting, or it's got something wrong with it. Loose port, bad battery. It's time to go to the next upgrade. Anyway, I hate to do it. I hate to spend any money. I'm just one of those people that just, I don't know, has a problem spending money. And anyway, kind of thinking about goals for the new year. Trying to think of what else I should do, what else I shouldn't do. Should I even set goals for this year? I set a lot of goals for last year and maybe met 2 of them. It kind of didn't go the way I planned. Sometimes life doesn't go the way you plan. That's kind of an important thing. Lou B, missed your live earlier. Definitely will catch up to you. I don't think I was able to enter the contest. I'll say that much. Let's see. I'm just killing time. I had one person viewing me and it looks like they dropped off, which, I mean, is totally okay. I've been, no joke, because it's easy to listen to at my desk, I just throw my headphones in. The Twitter file drops have been interesting stuff. I would look into reading those. I really would. Anyway, anybody got any YouTube goals for the coming year? I'd be interested to know. And if you watch this afterwards, don't make the live. It's cool. Leave me a comment. It's been like a solid month since I've done a live over here. I think I did a couple from the Angry Aatrox. And, phew, man, nothing like having excess storage on your phone and then realizing that you're like the world's worst about archiving things and getting things to hard drives where they need to be. Ledka, I've missed one of your lives, bud. My apologies. I will try to get that. I will try to get that played. So much stuff going on. It says I still have one watching, although I'm not seeing it on the live feed, and that's okay. Like I said, I expected this kind of week to be very, very low-key. Band I'm starting to cover, I will say this is a new project, nothing reptile related, but there's a band called Fleur, or I think that's how it's pronounced. Don't really know. Fleure. Go give them a follow on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you can find them. I've got I actually was able to can't talk, videotape their last live gig, and had a good time with it. I will say that. I had a good time. And I'm probably gonna do their tomorrow night show if I can make it, if I can get in. Don't know that that's gonna happen because of all the holiday prep and stuff going on around here. But definitely cool, and hopefully working with them on some video stuff in the near future. They're kind of a grunge alternative, kind of Melvin's Nirvana type stuff meets Veruca Salt, the Breeders type kind of stuff. Not a girl band, two girls sing, and the guy plays the drums. Definitely kind of primitive, but some real good hooks, some real good riffs, and some real pretty interesting lyrics. Tell you what, I think I'm going to drop a link in here. And once again, I'm not wanting anybody to support this channel that I just do, cruddy music videos on. Because it's just kind of like a hobby. See if I can do this. See if I can. See if I can drop a link in chat if anyone shows up. I don't know. I might have to try shooting their stuff in 4K if I've been shooting in 1080, and just to save space. And generally you're kind of in bad lights in these bars and dive clubs where these guys are playing. I may try going up to 4K, seeing as though I should have some space. Now that I archived 2 years worth of photos off my phone. I don't know that anyone's going to really show up tonight, so I may go ahead and kill this and try to get to bed early. It's kind of been one of those things. Sean Howe, I'm also behind on your videos. Please don't take offense. I am definitely going to get caught up to you. But yeah, I've kind of been going through my YouTube. I don't know if anyone else does this, but large people that I'm subscribed to and follow that I don't really get into every video, like certain news sites, certain commentators. I like calling Collion Noir, I think is how you pronounce his name. And he's an attorney that deals with like a lot of Second Amendment issues and does some weapon reviews. I kind of do like weapons. That might not fly with some of my followers, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I'm something I'm not either. So, but he does some shooting videos, some gun reviews, things like that. I kind of turned off his notifications because one thing I've noticed is on my other channels, where like my drone channel, my dog channel, and my music channel, like if I'm subbed to people over there, because I'm subbed to so many fewer people than I am over here, I get the notifications a lot better. And you know, someone with a million subscriber or a million followers, you're going to get their notifications. Someone with 2,000 or 200, you may not. And to me, it's kind of like the smaller creators are definitely more important to me than the larger ones, because if you get, you know, an average of 50 to 100,000 views a video, what's one more, you know? To a smaller creator who's up and coming, building a channel, you know, and they're getting maybe 50 to 100 views a video, you know, they may be like scrapping for every view. So I definitely am going to try to, one, support those in the genre that I'm in. It's just the way it goes. Hey, Snugster101, how you doing tonight, man? But anyways, like I said, I've got like some like news sites and things that like I'm subscribed to, and I'm kind of like, why are you subscribed to these people? You really could just go search anytime and find any video you wanted. The subscriptions really do great for your smaller creators, especially like if they're hard to find. A friend of mine asked a poll recently and said, should I change my YouTube channel name? I was thinking, you know, I kind of really like it, but it's kind of hard to find in search engines. And so I kind of told him my thoughts on it. I don't think he's going to change it. His name's Chris. He's a great guy. Catbird Herping. Definitely go give his channel a follow. Snugster doing great. Hey, glad to hear it, Snugster. Glad to see you showing up tonight. Normally I go on at this time, which is late where I'm at. It's about 2 in the morning here. And normally I get, you know, 5 to 10 people, and they're not here very long when I go on this channel at this time. So I appreciate anyone and everyone showing up. I'm going to... Do you make videos, Snugster? Snugster101, let me know if you make some videos, because I'll try and come check them out. No worries if you don't. I'm glad to hear either way. But just kind of wondering if anyone out there who will see this later has any goals, any animals you want to find in the field this year, any... I'd like to hear from some bird people too, if there's bird watchers out there. Didn't think about it. I've had a few comments from birders lately, and I kind of thinking, you know, I didn't realize, you know, so maybe some bird people watching my channel, although I don't have a lot for them. But, you know, either way, it's good to see people show up and, you know, see comments from new people, stuff like that. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh, well. You know, it's maybe been so long since I've done a live over here, people kind of forgot that I do lives over here. I've been doing a lot of the shorts remix things lately. That's where you take an existing video and you remix part of it into a short. It seems to get you a lot more traction than a regular short, although I am not happy with the video quality at all. It totally butchers your video quality, but it gets your video 3 times the views. And then it seems like it starts suggesting your video. If you have one that takes off, it seems like it'll start suggesting it to your followers, which might be a good way to gain some traction for some people. And anyway, that's been interesting. I noticed when always notice that when YouTube starts emailing you something, hey, do more with this, do more with that. Make sure your captions are turned on. It's like, go turn on your captions. There's a reason why they're telling you that. Um, I think YouTube is pretty good. And I'm not saying this to be critical of them, because I mean, like any smart company would. But like if they have something they're experimenting with, sticking out there, promoting. It's how I got into doing lives. I never wanted to do a live in my life. Not a big fan of sticking my face in front of the camera. I'd much rather show you guys the nature and stuff around. But but anyway, it's like the lives were trending and people were doing a lot of streams and things like that. So I figured come on talk about my channel. And it's actually gotten me some decent watch time and things. I can't be totally negative about it, I mean, no, well. But anyway, I did drop a link to that band I taped. And they're a good band if you're in the Tulsa area. They would be worth going and checking out. If you're into alternative rock, grunge music, that kind of stuff, I would say definitely worth your time to go check out. Once again, Sean, Ariel, Lou B, a few others. Just know I haven't forgotten about you. Hey, Morbids, how you doing? Small crowd in here tonight, Morbids, and I still haven't got to that short that you sent me the other day in Messenger. I have these spells where I get, I get to where I can like stream something at work and just, play people's lives for 3-4 hours straight. And then I can catch up on shorts and just regular videos later when I get home. And then this last week has been really, really, really busy. And we've had employees out sick. And I got to be awake in like 6 hours. And on dock, it's just really have no business being on a live this late, but I wasn't in the mood to sleep. And I kind of just haven't been sleeping a whole lot lately. Holidays will do it to you. Holidays do it to me. Morbids, I'm glad you stopped by tonight. I don't know if you know Snugster 101. Guy popped in. You just did your very first live. That's cool. Morbid, I'm going to actually, let's see if I can find it. Morbid sadistic. I'm going to put it in the queue for tomorrow. Morbid sadistic. You know what? I wasn't subscribed to you from this channel. I was subscribed to you from my other channel. Oh, you did the testing. Okay. You're with Heads and Tails. Okay. Ooh, hang on. Let me get the volume down to where it's not picking up over here. Well, hey, I'm rolling your first one right now. I'll probably catch a little bit of it before I go to bed. If not, I'll pause it. One thing you want to remember when playing back people's lives, Morbid, is you want to have at least the volume on. If you can't listen to it, put in headphones or something. If you mute it, YouTube won't count the watch time for your live. I want to say Iron Dog and Handpay Jackpots figured that out. And that's a pretty cool trick. And also, like, once I click on your live, I run the whole thing. I may pause it and then come back to it later, but I don't click out of it because like that like screws up your watch time ratio. So Anyway, yeah, I remember my first live morbids. I was trying, I want to say I was trying to figure that out. I had a little bit of help. You know, my first live wasn't that difficult. My first StreamYard, which is what you were doing, was. Because it's like, hey, how do you bring someone into the studio? How do you do this? And like, I do my stuff from my phone generally, which my phone is like on live support right now. And so, you know, I was like, how do I bring this person in the studio? And Iron Dog's like sending me messages. He's like, man, scroll down, scroll down. So it's like, I scrolled down and I figured it out. It was great. Blaker's Pythons, how are you, man? Blakers, I was going to ask you, do you work with anything besides pythons? Like any natives? I'm kind of keeping my eye out for like, not going to get them yet, but I am thinking about getting some like Great Plains rat snakes and some bull snakes. And being in Oklahoma, I can just very easily field collect those. But I was also kind of wondering who might be working with those on a captive basis. That's the Pantherophis imeri and the Pituophis caitnifersei. Um, just ball pythons. Okay, cool. Hey, nothing's wrong with ball pythons, man. They're cool snakes. I'm not into the whole morph gang, um, or the whole morph thing. I do like just the regular standard ball python. They're just all chill and stuff, and always a fun snake and a good one to have for kids around. You're starting to breed crested geckos. That's awesome. Crested geckos are pretty neat. They're my favorite, like, household gecko pet type lizard. I kind of like Leos. Had a few of those over the years. I liked, for about 3 years, I worked with Gyrosaurus major, which is the Sudanese plated lizard. And those things are actually cool because they're kind of like, they're tame like bearded dragons most of the time. Most of the time. They're kind of tame like bearded dragons, but then they also kind of look like they're like a little bit bigger than an Ackie monitor. But most of the time, you can just set one on your shoulder, and he'll just chill. I really have not had a lot of success breeding anything. The only thing I'm trying to breed actively right now are the Crotalus viridis, which is the prairie rattlesnake, the western Massasauga, and I may try my hand at a Atrox. Crotalus atrox seem pretty easy to breed. I've got quite a few of those. Um, I used to have a lot of red-tailed boas. I used to have Burmese pythons. Had a green anaconda for a while. Had a yellow anaconda for a while. Fun snakes, but man, a lot of dang work. That's kind of why I like the smaller venomous stuff. See, and that's all I do is hots, man. I generally am kind of actually wanting to start getting away from keeping and just do more field herping all the time. I like to field herp. That's what I like to do. I'd rather go out and find something common under a board any day than be cleaning cages. So, kind of working on getting there. I'll probably always keep some things. I had some hybrid anacondas. Morbids, you got that right. Man, I tell you, any anaconda. And I'll tell you another thing I worked with is the snake that got me back into keeping. Bit of a sad story. My best friend in 2003 committed suicide, and he had a Colombian rainbow boa, and his wife was like, "I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This is not mine to do something with." And I said, "Oh heck, I'll take it." And I took it and kept it for about 10 years. And it never settled down. It was a male, and man, once it was real chill until it got like sexual maturity age, and then it was just a butthole. It would bite you every time you'd open it. You'd work it with a hook. It would like bite you just for security taps, just kind of almost like how a bow will wrap around you. This thing would bite you just to like. It was just kind of like security or something. I couldn't figure it out, but I kind of started thinking that most of your boas, kind of like your North American water snakes, are probably just real bitey, real thrashy, real reactive because that's how they survive. And, like anacondas, when they're big, or, red-tailed boas, or, Colombian rainbow boas, Brazilian rainbow boas, when they get full size, probably not a lot of things are going to take them out. But when they're babies, they probably really have to scrap to survive. And, and it, it's all, I think it's just like a survival thing with them. And, hang on. I keep losing my screen over here where I'm watching things. Oh, damn it. Yep, exactly. I've owned, like, I owned a yellow and I owned a green, um, but I've helped a lot of friends with different ones. Um, go over, help them clean the cage. Snake gets too big for them to do it safely on their own. That happens. That can be a concern. Um, so I definitely know the temperament of the anaconda, but this Colombian rainbow boa is nothing spectacular, just solid brown, a little iridescence thrown in. I decided I was tired of working with him. Kind of one of the snakes you sold and you wish you wouldn't have sold. And I'd tell people, look, I'll sell you this snake, but he has a nasty disposition. You're not going to tame him down. I've tried. If you do, more power to you. You can bring him back to me if you decide he's too much, but I'm not giving you your money back. I ended up selling that snake 3 freaking times. People would buy it, take it home to their female, get a lock. Um, Man, I'm going to bring this thing back to you. Okay, no refund. You can bring it back to me, but no refund. And then I want to say the final guy that bought him was Adam's Pet Store or Adam's Pet Shop in Oklahoma. Look up Adam Solari. He's a bud of mine. He's a good dude. And and I guess he found a permanent home for him, but he took him into his store, sold him, and I never saw him again. Kind of almost wish I would have kept that snake the rest of his life. I've been kicking around working with some like native non-venomous, but man, venomous is just my thing. Native venomous. I don't care for the non-native venomous anymore because just getting a hold of the anti-venom can be a real pain if you ever do get bit. I've been working with venomous snakes for almost 40 years. And luckily, knock on wood, never gotten bit. I've had some real close calls. And I've also had some nicks. I mean, like, I've been converting everything over to the Sterilite tubs, and I use a soldering iron to put holes in them. And a few days back, a couple weeks back actually, I was picking up a tub, and it was one of the ones with the bigger holes in it. And, like, I caught a fang from a Crotalus molossus, a black-tailed rattlesnake. It didn't get in. I didn't receive any venom, but I got a nick on my finger, and I was like, just like, oh my gosh, like I really panicked for a minute because I thought, if I have to, like I told my wife when we got married in 2015 that, it's like, look, I'm going to work with venomous. And she didn't want me to, and I said, look, we went back and forth. I was like, look, been doing this a long time, but I got a lot of training when I was young. I was in a position to get mentored by like some zookeepers and stuff. Not a lot of people get that kind of stuff today. There's classes and things you can go to. Rattlesnake Conservancy, I think, has some or hosts some. And I'm not saying it's bad at all. Definitely if you want to work with hots, you got to hook up with someone who knows what they're doing with hots. Brad Clark, good to see you tonight, Brad. Been kind of missing you guys. I just been working 8 to 5 Monday, Friday, and been what it's been. Haven't been able to get on a lot of lives. I did sponsor the Iron Dog show this last month and got a little bit of traction out of that. Appreciate Iron Dog doing what he does. He's a good dude. He does a lot. Does a lot for the community. So, try to do a lot for him, sponsor his show, do things like that. Want to get a hognose, but I'm allergic to a bumblebee. Blaker, I'll tell you this. I've handled dozens of Eastern hognose. Now, we have both the Eastern and Western, or maybe it's Plains and Dusky now, and the Western. I think the Western taxonomy split again. And I've never had a hognose bite me. I've seen some pictures of some bites where people had like some minor swelling and stuff, but I just don't know. I mean, we always thought it was harmless, and now it's like we're seeing pictures of some bites, and it looks like if you had an allergy or something, that maybe it could be problematic. One thing is insect venom works on the histamine. Most snake venoms, or at least your venomous, your pit vipers, your lapids, things like that, generally I don't believe they affect the histamine, which is why they say don't even bother with the Benadryl if you get bitten. Just get straight to the anti-venom. And I've seen that advice from Spencer Green and stuff, so that's all good. I would go to the venom interviews on Facebook, or like venomous reptile keepers on Facebook, and I'd hit them up because they have some pretty interesting stuff on that. Definitely would tell you what the down low is on that. I know some people have done some research on it and things like that, and is what it is. Well, gang, I been on about 32 minutes. I wasn't even sure I'd be on this long. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night because, like I said, I gotta be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at about 6 hours from now. 5 hours, 5 hours, 2 o'clock. I think I'll probably go in at 9. Just not take lunch. Ariel was just saying at the start of this video, I'm running behind on you, girl. I'm running behind on you, but I have not forgotten you. You know I will get you. I just wanted to do a live over here because it's been so long since I've done a live. And I started to catch your one this afternoon, and then it's like I couldn't get back into the reboot when you got it back up. I couldn't get back in because like I had to let my phone cool down. My phone is like melting. And hopefully my new phone is in tomorrow. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it delivers tomorrow and I get back to some normalcy. And whatnot. So I am getting about ready to kill it, Ariel. My apologies. But it's just kind of is what it is. Blakers, thank you for stopping in. Snugster, thank you for stopping by. Good to see new people. Also, Snugster, you didn't let me know if you made videos. I'll try and remember to go to your channel, Snugster, and see if you make any videos. Morbid, glad you popped in, man. It's been good hooking up with you here and there lately. I like meeting new people I haven't met before, people I haven't really got to know a lot of, and whatnot. And Brad Clark, it's always good to see you. And whatnot. But hey, Brad, I got you. Definitely got you. But gang, don't have much else to say. Just wanted to stop in, do a quick live, say sorry I'm running behind. Ariel, do you mind if I put like some of your stuff in a backlog playlist, and so I can run it that way? let me know. Shoot me a message on Instagram, um, or something, because okay, because I don't know how other people feel about that. Like, I don't know if that takes away from their watch time. I would think it wouldn't, but anyway. Well, gang, it's 2 a.m. here. I gotta figure out a way to go to bed. Thank you all for stopping by. Blakers, I'll catch you next time, bud. I'll be in touch. Gang, have a good evening, and I'll talk to y'all later.